Hov, why was the 2 dots? You was just trying to look expensive. You calling it X?
Twitter, my fault.
I thought maybe they converted you. We gotta keep an eye on it.
Anybody
that calls Twitter X, keep your eye on them, big.
Which way you leaning, man?
No,
if you get converted and
no.
start calling Twitter X,
bro, it's not a religion.
I gotta watch.
Not a religion.
Which halftime show did you watch, Lo? Did you watch Bad Bunny or the other one?
Juice Planet 147 said Eddie's killing me with the Ross department store Prada branding. They don't make that, Eddie.
I would rather have kids listening to JID than a lot of y'all niggas. I'm gonna keep it 100.
Let's go back to the crux of this situation.
Talk to me.
Who wins in a versus 50 Cent?
Who wins in a versus? T.I. wins in a versus.
Yo, Nick be knowing. Nick, I know we haven't jumped to your segment yet.
Yeah.
Did Low yell at me last week?
Yeah.
What does
he raised
he do
his
every
voice,
week?
man.
What
Yeah,
does
you were
he don't raise
agitated.
his voice
But
every
we're not
week,
talking
nigga?
about me, though.
All right, well, fuck out of here. All right, let's start the show.
my.
Keep this rolling.
He doing it.
No, because y'all get me out of character. Go ahead, start the show.
It's not out of character if you continue to do the same thing. That is your character.
No,
It's not
y'all doing this
out-
on purpose, knowing my goal. That's what I don't like when y'all do
Yo,
this
man,
shit.
Rap Life Review, that's Eddie and Nick. I'm Ebro Low. The snow got Nadeska caught up, you know, so we're not gonna see her this week. It's a mess outside. Does y'all news carry how bad the snow was here in New York? Did y'all see it in LA, Eddie, Nick?
I mean, we get Instagram, so
They
we
don't see it
been
online.
seeing y'all
Yeah,
go through it, man.
Yeah, I heard
your
y'all
news.
making our Dasani water with all that dirty ass snow. That's what I've been seeing. I heard y'all curbs is gone. I heard there's no more curbs, no more sidewalks.
Yo, I like when the snow happens like this. It calms everybody down. You know what I'm saying?
It drive everybody crazy. Everybody in the crib can't move, can't
No,
order
I like
food.
that. Y'all go
Stay
sit down.
asleep.
Everybody
Go sit
sit down, slow down, take your time. School is canceled. That's the
Right.
toughest part for parents is the school
I know for
being,
you it's hard.
Yeah, the kids is at home. You got to find stuff for them to do, but you
Yeah.
can't really go nowhere.
Yeah.
Me and Selassie, we built a snowman.
That's good.
You know what I mean? Which was
yeah,
nice.
yeah.
It was great. By the way, the snow is great snowman snow. I don't know if
No, it's pivotal. It's
that's
thick
great.
pulse.
This is
Yeah,
that.
it's
This is that good quality
yeah,
snowman
it
snow.
sticks
But
together.
me and
It
Nick
don't-
feel you because it rained pretty heavy here last week.
I was
So
gonna
we-
ask
we
y'all
get it.
about how y'all had a serious downpour where people had like
Yeah.
a foot of water they was walking through in their neighborhoods or something, floods and everything.
Yeah, for sure. Like Melrose flooded a little bit because, we're
wow.
not built for it at all.
Yeah, our Trader Joe's in Silver Lake. Oh man, rest in peace, Trader Joe's in Silver Lake.
Finished, done.
That's a pivotal Trader Joe's, man. They are having a fit in Silver Lake without their Trader Joe's. What is next? Erewhon? Like, what are we gonna do? What is next?
Yo, one of the first things we need to get to is salute, and it's gonna be a big year. A lot of Jay-Z talk, and we haven't had, new material from Hov.
Right.
There's been speculation of new material, but we are definitely locked in on a 30-year celebration of his first album, Reasonable Doubt.
Yeah.
It kicked off just this past week with the JAZ30.com
Yep, launch.
site launch, adding the 2 dots, the umlaut, back to the top of the Y. I don't know if you pronounce J different with the two. What is
No,
the
you don't.
two?
You don't.
What?
You don't pronounce it different. Still J.
No, I know, but I never really paid attention. Was that ever investigated why the 2 dots was there? It
Didn't-
just
I don't
made it
know.
look international or something? It was just...
Didn't Rob have something like about
Well,
that?
Rob Markman talked about the 2 umlauts going back on it, and he brought up a clip of him talking to Biggs
Yes.
about the verse. Shout out to Rob Markman about how the verse on the single and the album was different and
Yes.
that whole situation. Matter of fact, let's run the clip of Rob talking about the 2 dots at the top.
All right, Jay-Z put the umlaut back on his name. Umlaut, that's the 2 little dots above the Y. He put the umlaut back in his name and officially started the 30-year anniversary celebration for his debut album, Reasonable Doubt. This morning, he put up a new site, JAZ30.com, and offered a vinyl reissue of his original Dead Presidents single and put the song up on streaming for the very first time. Now, the original Dead Presidents was officially released on this day, February 20th, back in 1996. But by the time Reasonable Doubt dropped in June, Jay had replaced the lyrics from the original over the same ski beat and offered us Dead Presidents 2 for the album. So I don't know what's next, but I'm guessing maybe there'll be a 30th anniversary reissue of the Reasonable Doubt vinyl. I'll find a spot for it on the wall for sure. Maybe a box set, right? Maybe we get joints that didn't make the original album like 95 South or Reach the Top. Maybe the Can't Knock the Hustle remix. We also know that there was the 10-year anniversary concert in 2006 at Radio City Music Hall. Maybe we finally see that footage. Maybe there's a new album as well. Hov did go to the Super Bowl rocking a hoodie that said "The game needs me" across the chest. Of course, the full lyric is "Can't leave rap alone, the game needs me." I don't know. I'm just guessing. We're going to have to wait and see, man. Should be good, though.
But as you can see, Rob doesn't explain why the two
I
dots. Hove, why was the 2 dots? You was just trying to look expensive. That's some shit Hove would do. You just try to look
Sounds about right.
expensive.
Yeah.
No, that's like around that time. That's what it goes. Yeah, it's like,
Listen, I respect it.
let me
I'm
add some foreign shit.
international Hove.
Yeah, let me add some foreign shit to it and have everybody
foreign
confused.
shit.
Like, I don't know what the fuck it means. Like, what are we doing?
Nah, that's what it was.
Yeah,
we landed on it. We figured it out.
we good.
But anyway, all this year, at least up and through June, we're going to be celebrating this milestone because no matter, I think, what you feel about Jay-Z as a businessman and an icon and all of that, I think hip-hop universally, and Nick, you chime in on this, generationally, going back and looking at 30 years of this album, I think everybody can agree is a good time, right, Nick?
Absolutely. Yeah. When this came out, I obviously went back to listen to Reasonable Doubt, and I got through like the first 7 songs, and I was like, you could cut the album off right here, and it's already a classic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There was still like 3 or 4 more joints left, and I was like, yeah, it's already a classic 6 songs in.
I mean, I think that's what Jay-Z signifies. Jay-Z's the North Star of rap. Like in basketball, we have Michael Jordan. Like everyone wants to play, everyone wants to be Mike. And whether it's the rapping aspect, whether it's making the music, whether it's the business acumen, like everyone looks at Jay-Z. You know, like when you make your greatest album, people say, I'm trying to make my Thriller.
Yeah.
Like in rap, people look to Jay-Z. That's what they aspire to be.
Doubt,
and, you know, Reasonable Doubt was the album that put him on the map. So, of course, this is a milestone in hip-hop.
There's the 30th, let's see, they released the 30th anniversary limited edition vinyl CD and cassette tape. The version of the Ski Beats produced original is on the website.
And it's available for streaming for the first time.
Yeah, so.
Also, just another note, I did about 5 years ago, 25-year anniversary of Essentials album, Reasonable Doubt, with DJ Clark Kent.
And that was 5 years ago.
Yes, 5 years ago.
Yeah, rest in peace, Clark Kent. Pivotal in the Jay-Z story. I wish he was here to celebrate with us, but I think he
produced Brooklyn's Finest.
Yeah, Brooklyn's Finest. I think he did so much work, Clark Kent did, in the past, telling the story of Reasonable Doubt and his relationship with Jay and his relationship with Big and the role he played in that and the role he played as a producer back then up until now and as a DJ, where I think we will see a lot of material and a lot of story being told
that we haven't
about,
seen, that
just people didn't pay attention to. And like even with like Nick saying he went back and listened to Reasonable Doubt, I think that's another thing I would love to see happen here. Hopefully it will for some hip hop fans. Is going back and listening to something in a different way with a new ear or maybe a more mature ear than they have in the past. Because we are living in a time right now, I don't know if you guys feel this, but where lyricism and lyrics and MCs are really being pushed to the forefront of not just the algorithm on social media, but the material being put out, because a lot of the labels now, I feel like have deprioritized hip hop in some ways. And so now that noise is out of the ecosystem and you see just hip hop fans gravitating to great material. And I want to shout out On the Radar and what they did with this cypher and the individuals they chose to highlight in this cypher. Eddie, did you see these clips?
No, so I didn't see it. Carly sent it. Shout out to the homie Carly Hustle. She sent it. I didn't see it yet. What happened? What was it?
It's just quality rap.
Pretty much what he's saying, a display of lyricism.
Young MCs who are on the come up right now, who are phenomenal at rapping.
Rayvon.
And having something to say, including artists you've heard of like Rayvon, who else was in there? Proof Son. Nassan. Him and Rob Markman had a little spicy
Rob
exchange,
Markman always
which I
got
love.
something spicy.
Always? I don't put that on Rob.
Not always, but people are always testing his credibility, testing
Really?
I don't like it. I don't like what they be doing to Rob.
Nah, I don't see that.
No,
that's not on my algorithm.
No, that's my guy.
That must be a Twitter thing.
Yeah, it's an X thing. It's not.
You calling it X?
Twitter, my fault.
I thought maybe they converted you. We gotta keep an eye on it.
how'd
Anybody that
you
calls
vote?
Twitter X, keep your eye on them, big.
Twitter.
Which way you
Nah,
leaning, man?
bro.
No,
If
don't
you
do that,
get
don't do that.
converted
No.
and start calling Twitter X.
Bro, it's not a
I
religion.
gotta
How you feel
watch.
about the
It's not a
police,
religion.
Lo?
It's not a religion.
Yeah,
I was
I
trying
need
to be
to
like
know.
professionally correct.
Am I lying though? Am I lying about the?
No.
Oh, no.
Wait,
Which halftime show did you watch, Lo? Did you watch Bad Bunny or the other one?
What? This is what we doing?
I'm just saying.
Word. This is what we doing on the left coast?
No, I'm letting you know. No. This is the thing, bro.
I call it Twitter. I was trying to be like,
you was trying to be professional.
That's all it was.
Okay, clean. That's clean. That's clean.
His mama
that's clean.
His mama named him Twitter. I'm gonna call him Twitter.
Political views.
I don't give a fuck about
but that isn't clean.
I was trying to be clean.
No, when you do see the broadcasters when they're being professional, they refer to it by the business name, which is X. However, when you hanging out with your friends, if you call Twitter X as a pedestrian, we got eyes on you. I'm saying you know.
You eyeballing a Cybertruck? What you doing, dog?
Wholeheartedly, I agree. If anybody ever catch me out, lounge, chilling, whatever, and I call it X, report to this nigga.
No. We need to know, because then he's wearing a wire. We don't know what content he's sharing, what misinformation.
Sound like 5-0.
We don't know what's going on.
Get to him, get to Eddie, or get to Nick on the desk and report it immediately. If you ever hear me call it X in public.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
That's it.
E, why you jump the gun? I thought we were supposed to start with the comments.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. Okay, go to the comments, man.
Yeah, well, I think the Jay-Z conversation is a great segue into the comments because there were a lot of people talking about the King of New York conversation last week, and we got a couple comments from some people. Let me go to Realist with a 5 in it says, no Rocky mention on King of New York is wild.
Okay,
that's fair. That's valid. That's valid.
No, it's not. It's not wild.
That's valid.
No, it's not.
I mean, if we're going to say Ice Spice and not say Rocky,
Who the fuck
that's
said
valid.
Ice Spice?
I did.
Well, no, I think now fair, you're thinking about specifically what? Music, rhymes.
Music.
We brought up
Because there is a discussion. You brought up influence.
Okay, that's one sector.
All right.
I'm talking about music. I'm talking about impact. I'm talking about bodies of work.
Okay.
I'm talking about outreach outside of the city.
We were talking about A Boogie. Rocky don't get a mention in the same breath as A Boogie.
No, I mean.
Well, no, A Boogie was a music convo.
I think
but that's what started it. So
right, and that's why I agree with you, Eddie. This person saying Rocky not being mentioned is wild. You have, listen,
I don't think
no matter how you feel about Rocky as an MC, all right, put that over there.
Yeah.
Rocky's ability to be in multiple places on multiple platforms and have impact as a rapper from Harlem is very, very loud and big.
Yeah.
Bro is Ray-Bans.
Yeah.
Shit, I mean, bro was on the, what was the commercial? He's on the elevator with the Vogue, his fashion thing, his movie thing. Bro is like he's bigger than just rap.
Okay.
But as a music thing, I see where you're saying.
That's it.
His last project didn't take over the charts and the scene.
It was number one.
That makes
it's
you
a thing.
It's a really good album.
Yeah.
No, I love A$AP Rocky's latest release.
No, that's not even what I'm getting at.
But somebody says King of New York title is fake.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's shout to
it's not
Idol Gray.
It's not that it's fake. It's non-existent. There's again, we had this conversation last week. The only heavyweight that we can consider is A Boogie, and based off his consistency and the love and the
wait. There was Cardi B. She's touring. She's selling out. Like, let's be real.
Yeah, that's another candidate.
Okay.
Well, no, but then Brooklyn Bully here and Bless Fresh One says Rocky outsells all these rappers from New York. Let's be honest. Why do y'all always ignore it? Rocky is the king of New York right now. Brooklyn Bully outsells. What are you talking about?
Outsells who?
Other New York rappers.
Like just albums?
Yeah,
or
like shows? I mean, are we just talking about album sales?
And I'm really just asking because Rocky does sell a lot of merch and a lot of fashion stuff and all that. But like you go look at the top 25 in New York right now, A Boogie's on there. Like people are streaming A Boogie. That's not like we just making shit up.
So he's not outselling A Boogie.
And A Boogie sold out
Radio City Music Hall
in like 5 minutes and MSG last year.
So that number, I don't know where that number falls into place at.
Yeah, outselling is a weird metric. Are you talking about first week sales? Are you talking about consistent streams every year? Yeah, that's what I mean. So
now the comments, y'all want to go back to this Lil Russell's comments on Lil Wayne? We still doing this?
I think it's interesting that Sammy Sung 718 says Lil Wayne pretty much destroyed hip hop culture. That's a heavy statement to put on somebody.
That's insane. What are we talking about, man?
This is why I don't always go to comments because then it's
come on, keep going, Nick. What else you got?
Now we doing everybody got an asshole thing. Everybody got something to say type shit. Like, what we doing?
They were on us a little bit about the Iceman freestyle and wondering where it came from, and apparently it came from Central C doing that freestyle on one of the Iceman streams, the episode 3 of the Iceman streams. So,
I can admit when I'm wrong. Pardon self.
Yeah, that was partly on me for not doing the research on that, and I'll take that. And shout out to
I saw what you did with that. You let me drown.
Oh, my bad, Lo. Yeah, I apologize. I know I should have been there at the time. Yeah, I was slacking.
Yo, Nick, they put little dents in your armor over there.
They are a
You know,
little bit.
you were infallible just before this Iceman debacle. Now,
and then now, yeah,
and melted. And you know, if you're gonna have a misstep and it has any proximity to Drake, you are about to get fried.
Yeah, they fried me a little bit. Someone named Jason jumped in, and his first sentence of his comment was, "Let me correct you, Nick." So, that happened. And then somebody commented under his post and said, "Jason be knowing."
That was a good one. That was a good
bar.
So
I take that personal.
Yeah, so you're on my head. Some of the viewers wanted to roast us a little bit last week. Somebody said. Juice Planet 147 said Eddie's killing me with the Ross department store Prada branding. They don't make that, Eddie.
First of all,
Eddie, you was wearing bootlegs?
I'm not.
First of all,
I'm not gonna let him do you like that, Eddie, because he don't be doing the bootleg.
Juice Planet 147.
First of all, Juice Planet 147. You just told on yourself because we know you broke because you don't know what real look like. And another thing is, y'all don't even see the shoes half the time.
He came back with the Prada this week.
I had to just look, bro. I'm known at the Prada store, bro. Like, I got representatives. They called me for hey, we got a new line. Do you want to come there? Y'all don't even see the shoes half the time. So you think I'm wearing Frank Prada? Are these fake yours?
And for the viewers,
what we doing?
I am currently unhappy with Eddie's addiction to Melrose. and I'm the one that often is like, my man, relax. Calm down.
I got over it. I
let
it breathe.
Eddie don't give a damn. He's like, bro, this is how I want to spend my money. These people will see me on the avenue.
Yes.
So, Juice Plant 147. Get your money up, my boy.
Yo, relax, man.
Yo, chill.
Relax.
The Prada's real, you know.
And I also want to formally apologize. There's multiple comments here saying we cut off Nadeska. I don't know if it was me. I don't know if it was Low.
They say Low be completing sentences, though. They said you got to stop trying to complete everybody's sentence, brother. They said that's your move. That's like your Chung Lee 1,000 Kicks thing.
Who said that?
You got that show You just want to finish sentences.
Who said that? Give me a handle. Give me a handle.
That's it for the comments this week. I just wanted to start there. Nice to engage with our audience, whether they're saying nice things about us or not.
Now y'all know why I skipped over it, because I don't really, some of y'all. Anyway, Baby Keem got an album, and it's on fire out here.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
#1 on Apple Music right now while we talking to y'all. A great execution. I was so excited about the Momo Boyd feature. Her sibling group, I don't know if y'all know about her before this.
Infinity
Song. They've been on Rock Nation for a few years. She's a songwriter. She's a songwriter and producer, excuse me. Already performed at Carnegie Hall, like super talented, all her siblings and family members. And so I was really excited about that. The way they used Too Short on the album, the way Kendrick appears on the album, the rollout of the album with the YouTube docs, the way, just everything about this project, and the fact that he nailed it in 11 songs. Like, bravo, salute.
And the listening session. And the live listening session. Live listening session the night of the album that it dropped.
Look, it was all just great execution. I want to shout out PG Lang. Look, man, I'm really excited about where hip hop is. I don't know about y'all, but 2026 continues to deliver phenomenal hip hop projects. And I know I'm hearing there's a lot more coming this year. That's just something for us to listen to and engage. And I hope it's inspiring people too to not chase. Because the things that we've loved so far about hip hop have not been chasing this kind of appeal to whatever's trending, popular, TikTok, all this. It's been chasing doing right by the culture and doing great by hip hop. Eddie, how you feel about this Baby Keem?
I'm gonna say it, bro. It's hard to say this after the album's only been out for, at the time of recording, it's less than a week. It's my favorite album of the year so far. A lot of times I've been known to complain about albums that have heavy subject matter, but when you rap it like this, like, I can deal with your trauma if I can bob my head to it, because he's unpacking a lot. Like, and that's the beauty of the rollout as well. As I was seeing those videos come out early on, I was like, yo, his aunt's talking and his uncle, and what's going on with his mom? How come his mom's not involved in this rollout? And then when you hear the album, you know why. And, with Melodic Blue, as I listened to it, I didn't feel like I knew Baby Keem, but when I listened to this project, I felt like I knew him, I knew his family, I knew what he was going through mentally, spiritually, with the loves of his life. And I think that goes to the visual storytelling along with the musical storytelling that accompanied not only this album, but everything they've done to this point. And if you break it down and you go track by track, and I'm not going to talk about every track, but when you start with No Security, absolute banger. Casino, the beat switch, slapper. Birds and the Bees seems like that's the standout. You already talked about Momo Boy, so I'm not going to go. Sex Appeal, big shout out to Too Short, because I think he was on the Jill Scott album too.
Yeah, he was.
So now Too Short having a renaissance with Sex Appeal, the $, absolute banger. And the only song I would skip on here is not because it's a bad song, because by the time you get to track 11, No Blame, it's such a personal story after you already heard his relationship with his mom, and you legit start to feel bad for Baby Keem throughout this project, bro. But that's the beauty of it. It's two things at once. It's this album where he's letting go of his pain and letting his listeners and his fans in on everything he's gone through, whether it's his illness, his grandma passing, but he's also giving you some absolute heat with it.
Yeah.
So, look, bro, so far this year, my favorite album.
There you go.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. Like, I just, I pretty much can't say anything else after that, aside from the production. The production is so dark and heavy, and like the texture of it is beautiful. The joint with Kendrick is a radio ready record. Eddie, I'm not gonna try to regurgitate everything you said. So I'm still with it. I love the fact that it's only 11 songs. Get in, get out. It's dark, but it's still heavy at the same time. So, he's got a fan. I mean, he already had a fan, but I'm vibing with it.
Now it's on us, hip hop. Same thing with the Cole. Same thing last year with Clips. The JAÐ album, the Gunna album. These phenomenal releases that came out, for us to continue to talk about it, continue to tell the story, continue to listen to the music, and listen to the music some more and work that in, because I think that's one of the, my issues with where things are at today, is a lot of talking, not enough listening, and not enough of us continuing to keep a story going on behalf of this great artistry that's being made.
And go out and see these guys.
Yeah, go to the shows.
Go to the shows. Go see these guys and girls. Go out there and make your presence known. Go out there and try to meet these artists, connect with these artists, whether they're new or old, whatever the case is. Go out there and make sure your presence and your face is seen, because if we're not at the shows, if we're not cheering for these people, aside from cheering on the couch, then a lot of this shit don't really matter. So yeah, please, let's go out there, especially this summer. There's a lot of fucking shows to choose from. So let's get out there and have some fun with these tours.
And when you listen to the Baby Keem, you'll hear also a very underground aesthetic in some of the production too, and that's purposefully done. I'm bringing up right now as a segue into talking about some of the underground material that's even available in the marketplace, that's really focused on lyricism, the aesthetic, and storytelling, and a feel, right? Where, shout to Stove God Cooks, who's got a new single with Swizz. And I want to shout out my bro, Rock Marciano. From New York City. I had to sit down with him about his latest project. He's one of the godfathers and the reason we even have the West Side Guns of the world, right, and the Benny the Butchers and the Conway the Machines, and this feeling, this kind of gritty New York sample heavy aesthetic. Rock Marcy's been on this now, we're talking 15 years, maybe longer at this point. Young cat from Harlem that's moving around with him right now, Errol Holden, if you guys are looking for some storytelling and some of that real gritty hip-hop aesthetic and real lyricism. But I caught up with Rock Marcy on the Ebro show right here on Apple Music.
Pimpire, that's the essence, but I ain't want to be scaring folks away with, what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Pimp shit, you know what I'm saying? But Quiet Luxury is like, that's how I'm moving. It's more grown and sophisticated right now. So
yeah,
I just feel like, this rebrand right here is more, you know what I'm saying, in alignment to where I'm at right now as a man.
You have always been on your grown man-ish, never played around with the stupidity even all the way back.
Right.
And we're always very confident about what you was trying to accomplish in hip-hop.
Right.
How did you stay locked in on your focus and not chase?
Well, I mean, I came up on the stupid shit, and I just already knew the pitfalls.
That's right.
So I just knew, I was like, all right, I'm going to do something. When, it got to a point where I was just moving around and doing too much, even being in the industry for a little bit and then going back to the streets,
right,
losing close friends and stuff like that. Shout out to my brother Dre. I just felt like I was being like, I got saved from things that I felt like I could have easily been swept up in. So, you know, that just made me change my whole focus.
Hip hop save your life type.
Pretty much, yeah. So I just said, you know what, I'm gonna stay over here because that's the way Most High, the Most High pushing me this way. So I was like, I'm gonna just make that change.
So there you have it, man. Other things that y'all could definitely go check. Speaking of lyricism, Larry June, Currency, and the Alchemist.
Beautiful. Out
here cooking. They got a project, and then Mozzy and ESTG. This is my type of carrying on. I don't know how y'all feel about Mozzy and ESTG.
I know
but
Nick and them love that shit.
Yo, crazy.
I ain't got a chance to listen to it.
Oh,
I love
man, you
Mozzy,
gotta
though.
get into
I
it,
love
bro.
the fella. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's my guy.
It almost sounds like if like The Departed was a rap album, kind of like it's
There you
just
go. That's a
grimy,
great- that's a
gutter,
great-
violent.
Is it better than the Mozzy 42
Analogy.
Doug?
Better than Mozzy 42 Doug? I didn't even think about it through that lens.
That was heat too.
They're all in a very similar
Okay, all
lane.
right.
That's
You
on
know,
par with
Mozzy
that.
don't.
Same
Mozzy's
caliber.
not playing when it comes to these raps.
Yeah,
And you
not
know,
at
his
all.
storytelling and his slang, it's all authentic if you know anything about his story. So it's great. Now, how y'all feel about this JAD Frosted Flakes commercial?
Get the money, man.
Get the money.
Get the money, brother.
Ain't nothing
Get
wrong
the
with that.
money.
How you feel about
Yes.
I love it.
it? Okay.
I love it. I love that it feels hip hop. I love that it's lyrical. I love that he's getting the brand move. All that. I saw some people trying to hate on it that was on the internet, and I was like, wait, so did these people hate on the St. Ides and the Sprite?
You know they wasn't around for that.
I'm just, you know, I don't know who they are. But this sort
Bring
of
it
thing
newer,
has been
though.
happening in hip hop for a long time.
right.
Bring
And
it
it's
newer. Like
serious-
Travis
and-
Scott got a McDonald's, all
Yeah,
kind of
for
collabs.
sure. But
and
just
you got
like
Fortnite
Ludacris in the
skins.
game having the Boost Mobile song.
Yeah.
Remember
Yeah,
that?
there you
Like
go.
whole city
Jeezy was in
behind
that.
us. Like yeah,
Kanye was in that.
yeah.
Hip hop has always been a part of that brand commercial aspect, you know, putting brands on a higher pedestal. And you're mad that like some of your favorite artists are getting them checks and being represented.
Well,
in
that's
that
why I asked the question,
No,
right?
I'm not mad at it. Get your money.
No, but I was asking it for the people out there. It was kind of rhetorical, but just asking are these people not liking it because it's JID and he's kind of an artistic underground kind of dude?
Right.
And this is like a mainstream, it looks mainstream and branded, and you know, because that's always been a thing in hip hop.
And it's kids cereal. Like it's not even
Like
it's
it's
not even
corny?
adult content.
Like it's corny?
I mean, it is cornflakes-ish. It's cornflake adjacent. You know what I'm saying?
Well, no, I
cornflake.
don't know if they were. Maybe they were saying it was corny, but
That's the only way I'm looking at it.
I see
Yeah.
somebody who's lyrical, who's definitely making content about community and upliftment and consciousness and family.
Right.
I did an interview you can watch on Apple Music. He took me out to his family's property in Georgia, and I interviewed his mom, his brothers. He's always been about family. So seeing him do something that's kind of like a family-friendly lyrical.
It's a family cereal. It's a family branded cereal.
I would
Like,
rather
where-
have kids listening to JID than a lot of y'all niggas. I'm gonna keep it 100.
Well, they didn't have to catch the stray. Like that was that's
No, I'm just saying,
And
if
a
we
great
having
high
a
school
combo
football reel.
about
Yeah.
like hip hop and kids and all that,
And community
I would
and
rather
brand,
sit down
yeah.
with my 11-year-old breaking down JID lyrics than I would a lot of hip hop out there.
and playing this for
Say names. Say names, Ebro.
It's true.
Call
The
somebody out.
list is too long. It's like
Okay.
95% of the game.
Just make it a clip, man. Say someone's name for us.
No,
Y'all want me? Y'all want me to get
add,
my click farming on?
Get your rage bait
Yeah,
on.
click.
Yeah.
Rage bait. Come on.
Your
man.
rage
also
bait.
to
you know.
add for the lyricists and fans of pure hip hop, though, if JID is able to sustain himself financially from a corporate brand, that allows him to continue doing
Come on,
the
speaking that
real
real.
hip hop
Now
things
you-
that
now
like
you talking
might not be
business.
the most lucrative.
Come on.
You know what I mean?
What's your cereal of choice?
Frosted
Well,
Flakes.
shout out to
Frosted
whoever's
Flakes.
in
I'm a big
and the
Frosted
real
Flakes
talk.
guy.
Shout out to whoever's in marketing at Kellogg's. Another big story that was moving around. I don't know what to think about this, but I'll just read it. Even UMG partnership raises some questions around independence. Even becomes UMG's official direct-to-fan infrastructure. Universal Music Group signed a multi-year agreement making Even a direct-to-fan platform available across UMG labels globally. Artists can sell music, merch, and exclusive content directly to fans before it hits DSPs, integrating into UMG's fan engagement strategy.
I don't get that.
I don't get the controversy. I don't know if Eddie, you saw any of this or care about any of
Listen,
this.
guys. Man, look, y'all sent this in a group text, and I was like, "Who's Evan?" I didn't know what y'all. I didn't know what
You didn't even know
y'all
what
was
it
talking
was.
about.
Who's Evan is crazy.
Listen, bro, I don't know what y'all was talking about. I thought you was going to enlighten me, man. You're the super music insider guy. Like, I thought you was about to educate me.
I think Even, as its own company,
Yeah.
did a deal with another company saying, hey, if you have artists who would like to use our platform to get directly to fans, we could do a deal. And UMG, obviously having deals with artists, could say, hey, we're going to monetize your content this way before we monetize it, or while we monetize it this other way. I think it's that simple. It doesn't mean that Even is not also still doing deals with independent artists. It doesn't say that they're exclusively working with Universal. They just did a deal.
Yeah, I got a question. I don't want to finish your sentence or cut you off.
Well, that's good. You're listening to the comments. I like that.
Growth, brother.
So does this mean UMG gets a cut of what Even is making with these artists? Or
Well, if those artists are signed to UMG.
So there's already a cut being made from UMG with the artist just off rip.
That's the way record deals work.
Yes. Okay. So then even with them being specifically, direct to the consumer, how much does that shave off the pie for the artist?
That's whatever UMG's deal is with that artist.
Okay. All right,
Because Even, I don't know what percentage Even takes from transactions.
That's what
I don't know what that is. So like when you go to Even, when we went to Even for J. Cole's release, and you could pay what you want to pay.
Yeah.
And I gave J. Cole, in my brain, I gave J. Cole $1.
Yeah.
I don't know if he actually got $1.
In your wallet. So which one is it? Like in your brain, or did you actually give him $1?
No. I'm just saying. Let me finish my thought. In my brain, when I gave him $1, I'm thinking I gave J. Cole $1. I might only gave J. Cole 50 cents and Even took the other 50 cents.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay.
I don't know what the
split, the joint venture, whatever. Okay.
When Kyrie gave LaRussell,
was that $11,000?
Whatever thousands of dollars that he gave LaRussell, I don't know what percentage he even got of that money. I have no idea. So, I don't see the controversy here. If you're signed to UMG and UMG wants to make direct-to-consumer money instead of going through a DSP or going, through physical, this is another option.
They cut the middleman.
No,
there's a different
still a
middleman now.
It's just a different middleman.
Even is the middleman.
No, even is the distributor. The middleman is the label, and then the artist, because you signed a deal with Universal. Now Universal saying,
Kind of
hey,
added another middleman.
Yeah.
You kind of did.
Well, it depends on what the thing is, because if you're going through a DSP is taking a percentage, right, which is small, and then the label's taking whatever money. You still have your publisher, which is taking money. There's a lot of people in these spots.
So they even just replaced the DSP.
In this physical, in this direct-to-consumer, yes.
It gave you another avenue in which you can use.
Yeah. Yes, okay.
In which you can sell your product.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see how this goes as the story continues.
Right, but so I don't know for the fans, y'all leave comments on maybe why you guys saw, or the internet saw this as controversial, but I didn't really delve deep enough into the feelings of everyone to know.
I guess it's just because from what I observed through the comments, it's just because Even has aligned themselves with a label. Based on their...
because they're supposed to be strictly independent, right? Like that's the whole thing.
Based on their idea and their logic.
So I never knew,
that's
I never knew them
discrepancy.
Once I saw J. Cole do a thing with them, him as an artist that also works with Universal, Interscope, whatever that system is, I was like, oh, they'll work with anybody that wants to use their platform can use their platform, because Cole did it for a mixtape, but not for his actual album. You know what I'm saying? And then some people like LaRussell been using Even for a long time.
Yeah, Even's been around for a minute.
You know what I mean? So I think it is the perception you guys are talking about, where the perception was that they only were available to independent artists.
Yeah, and that's obviously not the case.
Yeah, but direct to consumers is what people want to do. Let's go to before we get up out of here. I think we got to go to Nick.
Do y'all want to hit TI 50?
That's what I was about to say.
What about TI 50 would you guys like to get into? 50 ain't rapping, TI is. What else y'all want to talk about?
Didn't I say this shit about a month ago when 50 or when Fab and Maine and East and Jim, I said the exact same shit. I said
well, this one's supposed to be different though. I mean, you're good. I cut you off honestly that time, so that's on me. My apologies, Lo.
I'm sorry.
That's me. I should have raised my hand. But this was supposed to be different because this was supposed to be promo for a potential versus. Apparently, like that's the root of this. So T.I.'s thinking it's one thing. Like, all right, cool. We have a business opportunity to say what you want about T.I. He is a businessman. Say what you want about 50. 50's a businessman. we all gonna eat. Like Ebro says, everything's promo. So after we do our verses, I'm gonna drop. I'm speaking like I'm T.I. I'm gonna drop this album that people seem to be receptive to these songs. So T.I. thinks it's one thing. Next thing you'll know, his wife's being brought up, his kids on the internet yelling, 50's calling him a snitch, and you're like, yo, what's going on? And T.I. being of the streets as a 46-year-old man or however old he is. Now he's engaged in war like he used to be back in his 20s. Now, I agree with you guys. I'm going to be real with you. As someone who likes conflict and beef and rap, at some point, I don't want to see it, man. It's like, what are we doing? Like 50, like, they should be like just different stages at the career. They're supposed to be the OGs, man. Like, y'all supposed to be doing something to like help younger careers, show them how it's done. We're supposed to get your flowers like what the Clips are doing, which is kind of ironic the Clips be beefing too. So what the fuck am I talking about? But it just seems like, you know what? I quit. I quit.
Nah, people, I think where you want to land, you was going good.
He was going good.
Listen, the truth of the matter is, no matter your age or whatever, right? Just like you, Eddie, was going at the dude who was talking about your Prada, and this guy, you don't even know this, man. He was in the comments talking about your Prada, and you was ready to light his ass up, right? And you took your shoe off, all type of shit. Yeah. People get in their feelings about shit that's important to them. You know what I'm saying? And one thing that's important to T.I. clearly is rap and his legacy and this album rollout. And one thing that's clearly not important to 50 Cent is versus making music
or anything else
and beefing with rappers. So everybody's got their priorities, and clearly these two priorities are not aligned. Now, what I missed, I just saw the Gilly Wallow convo that T.I. was talking. Did I forget or did I? No. When was T.I. and 50 talking about verses? When was
I don't think it was ever publicly mentioned. Because this is my first time hearing about them having a conversation offline about doing the verses. And I guess they had verbally agreed to do it.
According to T.I.
According to T.I. And I guess 50 had did some sucker shit and T.I. said I lost respect for him. That's where all this started to reboil over.
But when did that...
That I don't know. I don't know the timeline of that.
Before T.I.'s convo with Gilly and Wallow.
Yes.
Can somebody point me in the direction of them going at each other publicly?
I think 50 called them a snitch. Like they had some.
Was this a while? I vaguely remember some internet shit.
They had some Instagram shit back like a couple of years ago.
So it's been a while.
They've been, and you got to think back in 2008. I think 50 had called out T.I. on one of them G Unit records. You So Tough. He had said something about paperwork or whatever the case is. So they've been.
So it's been a thing, and then there was the Mayweather.
Yeah, then T.I. rolled on Mayweather.
Tiny about to make that man fight the heavyweight or the lightweight champion. Right. Like, come on, Tiny, our boy about to get his ass whooped.
So I look at it like I think the fact that is with T.I. is like he felt the disrespect of 50 backing out and not wanting to do the verses or whatever the case is, and now everybody's looking at it. It's like, oh, this is the rollout for Kill the King album, T.I.'s last album. I don't think it's that. I don't think that's the case. I think because now 50 is getting disrespectful. 50 is now leaning into
it's all promo. This all works for T.I.
So you think it's leading? Yeah, it's leading somewhere.
And it works for 50 too. Didn't 50 just announce a Broadway play or something with? I think I'm joking.
No, March 30th. On March 30th.
He got a Broadway play with Cedric the Entertainer and Taraji P.
Yeah.
That Debbie Allen's producing on Broadway. He's posted photos with Tyler Perry and him.
Yeah.
They both promoting. I don't see a world where you're as well off and seasoned as these individuals, and this devolves into utter chaos like it would if they was in their 20s.
That record came out, the right one, this record he put out.
Where he's sitting at the table with his family?
Yeah, that record came out pretty fast. So
yeah, but T.I.'s a rapper.
He's a rapper, but
that's like work.
Low, can I ask you a question?
Go ahead, sir.
This is right up your lane. All right, let's go back to the crux of this situation.
Talk to me.
Who wins in a versus? 50 Cent.
Who wins in a versus? T.I. wins in a versus.
Oh, I'm shocked.
T.I. wins in a versus.
First of all, respect, my brother.
If you want to go there, we can go there.
Respect.
T.I. wins in the verses.
I didn't think you was gonna say that.
No, T.I. wins in the verses. Again, 50's no slouch. 50 has one album that can last in any verses with anybody. We know that. He has the mixtape run. We know that. He has the features. We know that. He has the group albums. We know that. But there's a lot of albums that T.I. has that he could pick from and do what he wants, and a lot of feature verses that T.I. has that he could do what he wants.
And club bangers.
And club bangers. Like T.I. is not a fucking slouch.
So you're saying this because 50 has a moment in time.
Yeah.
And T.I. has moments on the timeline.
Yes, 50's moment in time is insanely huge, which is why you could throw his name in the ring with pretty much anybody in a versus, right? You can throw his name in there. But if we have a long night and we have records that need to be placed in sequence, T.I. has a better selection and a collection of records to do so.
A top 18. If we go like Mike Will and Hit Boy, they did 18. So you're saying 18 songs versus 18 songs.
I mean, if you look
T.I.
at
definitely
it, bro,
has 18 songs versus solos.
Well, and the thing is
by himself.
50 got the pop records,
Yes, he does.
crossover records, so does T.I.
Yeah.
live your life.
He can have Rihanna come out there and yodel.
Swagger like us. Yeah. And you got to realize, bro, from 2003 to 2008, T.I. was cooking. Trap music, Urban Legend, King, T.I. versus T.I.P., and Paper Trail. And then after that, it kind of, whatever. But man, there are, and you get all the features.
All the remixes.
Ain't he on, what's a Soldier with Destiny's Child?
Yeah,
come on, dog. Come
now,
on,
look,
brother.
like you said, 50 ain't no slouch, though.
No. We're not. It's no
That
different.
Get Rich or Die Trying.
And by himself.
Listen,
by itself.
By
itself, that could have
and
somebody
then,
have a long night.
And then you still, listen, he still got a couple of them G-Unit heat rocks.
Yes, he does.
For sure.
He does. But
Like, he got a few of them G-Unit heat rocks. The mixtape joints, the covers, the real question is, where is this happening? If it's at a neutral location like L.A., where their crowd participation, because you're gonna need some crowd.
energy.
He can bring Dr. Dre out, and they can do. It can
Mike,
get weird in
him
LA.
and Marshall been riding for a minute. Marshall pop out, Tip, listen.
It can get
Oh, they're
ugly.
so happy in the comments you finally brought up Eminem. They get, you guys never bring up Eminem. You never with a disrespect to Eminem. Look, they're happy now.
Now
That's
that patiently waiting. Listen, bro.
get nasty.
Listen, bro.
But here's the beautiful thing about both of those artists. No matter where you do this versus, if it ever were to be true, the energy based on their both of their catalogs and their songs and just their temperament would go crazy in any city.
Nah, it's going
personally.
nuts. It's going nuts.
In any city.
It's
Atlanta,
very cool.
New
By the
York.
way, execution is key here. Just like we saw with Mike Will and the Cash Money No Limit. Whoever has the best execution and really takes it serious
is going to win.
That's because, listen, T.I. could flub if he picks the wrong records.
Yes, absolutely.
And so could Fifth. Or the energy's whack.
Yeah.
Or you get up there and you start, like
you're just not focused.
You go Birdman on them and you start talking about some shit. People are like, yo, what the fuck is going on, man? What happened here, man? Or you throw on a record, you think you got a feature pop out and person don't pop out. And you end up playing the Lil Wayne version. Nobody's there. Damn it.
But Eddie, to your question, yes, I do think T.I. can win. Clip
that's good.
Clip that up.
That was festive.
Clip that up.
Listen, I got news for y'all. It ain't happening. Just enjoy that little moment. Never gonna see it. And that's Rap Life Review. Before we wrap up, Nick, what did we screw up?
Yeah, just going back to trying to originate the beginning of the 50 Cent T.I. diss. Apparently 50 first dissed T.I. in 2008 on Terminate on Sight Album on the song You So Tough.
Good call.
So that goes back then. It might have been the beginning of some of those conversations. Jumping to the even.biz conversation, according to the website, Even keeps 20% of each sale to cover platform and transaction fees.
That's a very small percentage.
20%?
In
It
music
depends.
industry
For
terms?
some artists, that's high. It depends. It depends.
Yeah. Okay.
And the reason why I think maybe some people might be hesitant that Even is doing business with UMG, or that the fact that they're just out right now and like making moves is, according to digitalmusicnews.com, they're battling a lawsuit over discrimination, sexual misconduct, and a labor violation. So that might be why some people feel a little bit.
The dealings of staff and the company versus the business of the platform and what it offers to artists.
The business model, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Going back to the Jay-Z album, we mentioned Clark Kent, rest in peace, and we mentioned that he produced Brooklyn's Finest. Also want to mention that he produced Cashmere Thoughts and Coming of Age with Memphis Bleak.
Yep.
I want to jump now to the Baby Keem album and just kind of going back into it, and not so much what we missed, but just some of the holes that I think could be filled. It's really interesting. We like this about J. Cole, where he told us everything in the music, right? Mm-hmm. And Baby Keem has been absent for about 4.5 years leading up to this album. And I love that he chose the first 2 tracks on this album to catch us up and tell us exactly where he's been, what he's been doing. And I wish Nadeska was here, because I think that Baby Keem does do a lot. He does do a lot of pussy rap.
Oh my God! You said the word.
Baby Keem does do a lot of pussy rap.
Yeah, he got the video with the shorty out, and then
like that's his
good
thing.
flirt.
So I like that he takes the first 2 songs to catch us up. Third song, he gets right into it, back into the old Baby Keem, right? But just going back to some of the things, also the Kendrick Iceberg Goofy line on Good Flirts when he's talking about the jeans.
The booty, feeling on my booty.
No. He says where the icebergs are the truly. Duckworth, you know, street smart but goofy. That's like one of the best rap lines I heard in a long time.
It just hit me.
In a long time.
Okay, that's a good one.
So I wanted to make sure we talked about that. And I think it was just kind of special, some of the stories he continues threading on this project, where we get a Highway 95 Part 2 that goes back from the Highway 95 Part 1 on the Melodic Blue. And for lack of a better comparison, I think this might kind of end up being like his timestamp series in a way.
Oh, yeah.
Where it does seem like he's kind of taken us really into the depths of his psyche on both of those songs. And they both start with like the soul sample at the beginning. So I thought that was super cool to kind of pay attention to. This is more personal for me, man, but Baby Keem has an Uncle Andre who I believe passed, who stole things from him because he was addicted to crack cocaine. I also have an Uncle Andre who has stolen things from me because he's addicted to crack cocaine. So some of these...
Shout out to Uncle Andre.
Shout out to free him, too, by the way. You know what I mean? So
and
I think
you're sure that you and Keem don't share the same uncle? You're positive?
No, I don't think we do. No,
but you're not,
I do think his uncle passed.
But you're not positive.
Well, I think his uncle passed. Yeah.
Okay, his uncle, we got to free his uncle.
Listen, crazier things have happened. Crazier things have happened.
I'm just talking to myself. It's not funny.
But also on the personal note, just things like having the Circus freestyle, right? And I know, like, for us growing up, like, that was the one place you could afford to stay when you went to Las Vegas. You know what I'm saying?
The shorty did not want to do the thing when she got there. She was like, yo, I was like young.
You know, it's at the end of the strip. It's one of the more affordable things there.
For Lowe's, look at Circus in Vegas was one of the cheaper hotels on the strip. Gotcha. So when you were young and you really didn't have a lot of money, but your family wanted to take you to Vegas, that's where most of the people that was on a budget.
Or you just went to Vegas.
Or you just went to okay.
One thing I think we did miss is on Sex Appeal with Too Short. That is a flip of I Need a Freak, right? That Too Short did in '97. Nice. And I think what was interesting about this Keem album and why it's hitting us so hard is that for the first couple Keem albums, he spent so much time giving us like style, right? We know he produced, the beat sounded really good. He was having a good time on the track, but he gave us very little substance. And you know, there's a song on Melodic Blue where he says, in 2 years, I'll tell you guys like the real story, what happened to me, some of the trauma that he went to. And so I think Casino is him following up on that promise from the Melodic Blue. Like, well, this is the trauma and real life stuff that I thought, I was going to give you guys in 2 years. It took him 4. But it was beautiful for him to kind of weave that throughout his catalog and end up where we are now, where it's just like, oh, Keem's here with all the style, all the substance, and we got a great album on our hands.
I forgot to say this, but as I am not a lyricist, super Andre 3000 coded to anybody else.
Absolutely.
Well, like Little Mac Miller. I was like, yo, okay, I see you.
Yeah. And I thought on that song, too, like some of the drums sounded like Kendrick's Art of Peer Pressure a little bit, too, right? So, yeah.
No, it's beautiful. Shout out to Baby Keem. I think we also need to big up PG Lang,
for sure.
For create. Like when you think about having artists or artists actually, think about Kendrick and Keem and whoever else is on PG Lang, where they could actually take their time and put the level of detail into the music and have this rollout in this moment. And, just once again, I'll say it again, maybe it's corny or whatever, but as a fan of hip hop, like, having people who care this much, I think is important. Like, you got to actually stop and go, yo, people really care about this hip hop shit and doing a great job. You know what I mean? It's valuable and it's important. Low, in the back of the class?
Just want to say I agree.
Wale chimed in on Twitter and said something similar, just how much he loved the intentionality behind this album and how inspired he was by listening to
Wale would get album. It. Yeah, he would get it. I
mean? Another album we need to keep paying attention to as we get through 2026. Like, that Wale thing.
That's my favorite album of the year so far.
Because Eddie was saying
that it was last year.
It was late last year, but yeah.
I'm sorry.
But Eddie was saying how you like trauma over good beats.
Yeah,
and that's a lot of what everything is a lot.
Don't make that shit all the way depressing.
Yeah.
Give me like depressing with some sugar. God damn.
Combine that shit, man.
Yeah, man. Let me bob my head to your fucking world colliding, crashing down.
Yeah. Before we go, can I shout out Big Sad? He dropped an album called Until Then 2 last week, and he's an artist coming up out of LA right now that's kind of playing in a little bit of that Larry June, soul samples, street rap space.
Oh, say no more.
Yeah,
What's
so
his name?
shout out
Big
to Big
Sad?
Sad.
Big Sad.
Big Sad,
I'm
yeah.
gonna check him out today.
Yeah, he's incredible, man. Babyface E dropped an album called The Realest, which is really good. And Rayvon and AZ Chike.
Hey.
Yo, that Rayvon
also
AZ
dropped
Chike.
one.
I
Hit and
love
run.
seeing that. I love seeing that. Yo, Nick, thanks for all of that, man.
Appreciate that. Nick.
Appreciate you. Are you guys excited about this future release that's about to happen? We saw a little trailerish thing on Free Bands.
I mean, I guess it's Future and styrofoams and lean and yeah, cool.
Where you trying to act like?
No, I'm just saying.
Where you trying?
Listen, I know what I'm getting, and I'm cool with it.
Well,
Bring
you
it
don't
on.
know because Future's like 3 different things.
It's true.
Well, you know what you got in that promo vid.
Okay,
The clips
fair.
that have been coming out that I've been
So
seeing.
you've heard some songs?
I've seen clips like that. I've seen like the previews. So it's like I accept what that is because that's great Future.
Do you not want Future to do that?
No. I'm just saying like I'm not like so excited like oh my this is
Here we go.
It's gonna
So
be
you've matured.
I'm like yeah I'm like okay all right.
Because I remember a time.
What time did you?
I remember a time you was outside.
Oh no,
And you was when that March Madness came
Now
out.
see, hold on,
listen.
that's a different person. That's a different person back then. And calm that shit down. But nah. You're an asshole.
No, I just remember. I was like,
yeah.
oh, they really like this song.
Nah. Nah, but yeah, I'm excited to see what Future has in store. But if it's that's what it is, and that's what it is. Like,
But look, isn't
I'm
that
not mad.
look,
I'm not mad at it though.
Look, you would love to see somebody like, I guess the critique is always like artists maturing, but man,
We don't want,
when they
Future
don't,
mature.
and it's
We don't
fire,
want
I
Future.
mean,
Right,
you know
right.
what I'm saying?
If
Like,
there's
ain't
one
broke,
artist
don't
that
fix
does
it, my
not need
guy.
to
Like, yes,
mature.
you're right.
yo, Pusha and Malice found a way. You know what I'm saying?
Fine wine.
Look,
Fine
they
wine.
found a way.
Yeah.
Don't mature, Future. Stay
Future,
you,
know,
man.
yeah, stay there.
Yeah.
We good. Bring me that styrofoam.
Or mature in your private life, but continue to, act like
I don't
the
give a
person, the
fuck how much
toxic
you,
individual.
I don't give a fuck how much you go behind closed doors. Let's keep that knocks. Let's keep that toxic shit.
Yo, for Nick and Eddie and Low, I'm Ebro's Rap Life Review, man. Subscribe, like, share, do all the things that get this popping on the algorithm. We'll see y'all next week.
What's up? Appreciate you checking out an episode of the Rap Life Review. We're here every week. If you want to subscribe on Apple Music, YouTube, you'll never miss an episode. Get in the conversation, hit us in the comments, hit that like button. We'll see you next week.